In the dead of night, a chilling whisper brushes past your ear. You're not alone. The darkness is more than just an absence of light, it is a void filled with the unknown. Each creak of the floor, every rustle of the wind, they all echo the same eerie message. You are isolated, yet something lurks in the shadows, unseen and unheard. Fear not, for this is not the end but merely the beginning. Welcome, brave souls, to a tale that will chill you to the bone. Our story begins in an ordinary town, where the extraordinary is about to unfold. Picture a place so mundane, so run-of-the-mill, that you'd never give it a second glance. A town filled with unsuspecting residents, all blissfully unaware of the sheer terror that's soon to grip their lives. This is where our characters reside, hardworking folks who've never known anything beyond the confines of their peaceful town. There's the baker, rising at the crack of dawn, the teacher molding young minds, the mechanic mending what's broken, and countless others. Each one of them a cog in the machine of this ordinary town. Yet, into this tranquil setting, a stranger arrives, a figure draped in mystery and unease. His eyes, dark and inscrutable, carry a haunted look, as if he's seen things that would freeze your blood. His arrival stirs the calm waters of the town, his peculiar manners and cryptic words leaving a trail of unease in his wake. His presence, like a stone thrown into a still pond, sends ripples through the town. Whispers start to circulate, curious glances are exchanged, and an undercurrent of fear starts to take hold. The townfolk can't quite put their finger on it, but they sense something off, something not quite right with this stranger. But as night falls, the true horror is about to begin. As the sun sets, casting long, menacing shadows, the ordinary town braces itself for what's to come. For when darkness descends, the haunting truly begins. As darkness descends, the town is plunged into a nightmare. A once peaceful place, now the stage for a chilling tale of the unseen. Imagine a town where life once thrived, now gripped by an unseen terror, a shadowy menace that lurks in the corners of the eye. In the dead of night, the silence is broken by an eerie symphony of strange noises, whispers that seem to echo from nowhere, wind chimes ringing without a breeze, the distant howl of a dog unnerved by the unseen. It's as if the very air is alive with a petrifying dread. Every night, one by one, residents begin to disappear. Homes once filled with light and laughter now stand empty and desolate. Their doors swing on rusty hinges, creaking in the chilling breeze, a grim testament to the unseen terror. The townsfolk, once cheerful and welcoming, now move with an air of fear. Their eyes dart to the shadows, their laughter is hushed, their steps quickened. The once lively streets are now deserted, the joyous chatter replaced with an ominous silence. The town, it seems, is holding its breath, waiting, watching. And the shadows, oh the shadows. They seem to have a life of their own, shifting, twisting, almost crawling. The once innocent darkness now dances with unseen nightmares, every corner, every crevice teeming with an unspoken horror. The children's laughter is replaced with hushed whispers, their games of hide-and-seek now a thing of the past. The adults too are changed, their faces etched with worry, their nights sleepless, their days filled with a dread of the coming night. Yet no one dares to speak of it, to give voice to the terror that lurks in the unseen. They live in a state of suspended fear, each moment stretching into an eternity of dread. The fear grows, the town is on edge, but the worst is yet to come. The unseen terror remains a mystery, a chilling specter that haunts their every waking moment. As the sun sets and darkness descends, the nightmare begins anew. The unseen terror lurks, ever present, ever watching, ever waiting. In the heart of the terror, a horrifying truth emerges. The stranger that had so seamlessly integrated into the fabric of the town is not the innocent newcomer he seemed. Beneath the veneer of his affable charm lurks a sinister secret. He is the architect of the terror that has gripped the town, a puppet master pulling at the strings of their deepest fears. The revelation sends shockwaves through the town. The trust they had placed in the stranger crumbles into dust, replaced by a chilling dread. They had welcomed a wolf into their flock, and now they were paying the price. But how do you confront a nightmare? How do you fight an enemy that knows your every fear, your every secret? The town rallies together, their unity forged in the crucible of terror. They are determined to reclaim their home, to cast out the darkness that has tainted their lives. But their efforts are like waves crashing against a cliff, futile against the relentless onslaught of the stranger's sinister plot. And as the terror escalates, so does their sense of hopelessness. The stranger is always one step ahead, always watching, always waiting. He revels in their fear, feeds off their despair. And the more they try to fight back, the stronger he grows. The air in the town grows thick with dread. The once vibrant community is now a ghost town, its streets echoing with the whispers of fear. The stranger has turned their haven into a living nightmare, a house of horrors from which there seems no escape. The town's spirit is tested, strained to the breaking point. But even in their darkest hour they refuse to surrender. They cling to the hope that they can overcome this, that they can banish the stranger and reclaim their peace. As the stranger's dreadful plan unfolds, the town is driven to the brink of despair. But they will not give up. They will not let the stranger win, for they are not just fighting for their town. They are fighting for their lives, their sanity, their very souls. In the face of utter terror, the town musters a final stand. The ordinary has been replaced with the extraordinary, the mundane with the macabre. The air is thick with tension, each heartbeat echoing with uncertainty and fear. Yet there's a glimmer of hope, a flickering candle in the heart of the abyss. The townsfolk, with sheer determination etched on their faces, gather their courage and devise a desperate plan to fight back. The town, once a haven of tranquility, now stands as a battlefield. The streets echo with eerie silence, the once bustling markets now deserted. The only sound that breaks the stillness is the hushed whispers of the townsfolk, outlining their strategy. The plan is filled with risks, and the outcome is anything but certain. But it's their only chance. Every eye in the town is wide with fear, yet they glint with a resilient spirit. Every hand is trembling, yet they're firm in their grip. They've become soldiers in their own homes, warriors in their own streets. They're ready to confront the stranger, the unknown entity that has turned their lives into a living nightmare. As the moment of confrontation draws closer, the suspense becomes almost unbearable. The town is on tenterhooks, every second stretching into an eternity. The only sound that can be heard is the collective breath of the townsfolk, held in anticipation. The stranger is close now, closer than ever. The air grows colder, the shadows longer, the fear is palpable, so tangible it's almost a physical presence. With the final strategy in place, the townsfolk stand united, ready to reclaim their town from the clutches of the unknown. They're no longer victims but defenders. They're not running from their fear but running towards it. And with that, the town takes a collective deep breath, each exhale echoing with courage and defiance. With a deep breath, they step into the darkness, ready to face their fears. As the final confrontation ensues, a shocking truth is revealed. In the heart of the struggle, the stranger, the one they've blamed and feared, is not the villain they've made him out to be. He is not the source of the terror that has haunted their town. He is not the phantom that lurks in the shadows, nor the beast that prowls in their nightmares. No, he is but a victim himself, ensnared in the same web of horror that has claimed them all. The townsfolk, with torches aflame and hearts pounding, confront this revelation. The true source of their terror is not an outsider, but something far more insidious. Something that has been there all along, silently feeding off their fears, growing stronger with each passing night. Their fear has fashioned a monster, a beast born of their own making. It has lurked within their town, within their homes, within the very fabric of their lives. It is a terror that does not come with fangs or claws, but with whispers and shadows. It is a horror that does not lurk in the woods, but in the mind. It is a monster that does not hunt, but hides, concealed in the dark recesses of their consciousness, feeding off their dread, their paranoia, their mistrust. As the truth dawns on them, they are left to grapple with their own guilt, their own complicity in this horror. They have allowed their fears to create a monster, to transform their town into a breeding ground for terror. They have become the architects of their own nightmare, the creators of their own horror story. It's a chilling realization, a shocking twist that forces them to confront their own demons, to question their own actions, their own beliefs. In the end, the true horror wasn't the stranger, but the fear that lived within each of them. Remember, brave souls, sometimes the monsters we fear are the ones we create ourselves.